The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hello 9th standard children, hope you all are in the pink of health. Hope you all are watching the subject videos, okay? And updating your files, contacting the teachers, respective teachers. Be systematic, do your work properly. And remember that next year you are moving on to the next class, that is 10th standard. So this base is really very important, okay? So last class itself I reminded you all that have a strong foundation. Unless the foundation is strong, you can't have a very solid base in any subject for that matter. Okay, what was the name of the lesson that I taught you? It was acids, bases and salts. So acids portion I completed in the last video. Today I am going to begin with alkalis. What do you know about alkalis? I know you have heard this word in 8th standard. What is this alkali? What is the difference between an acid and an alkali? So today's video I shall be explaining the differences and the behavioral changes in an alkali. Okay? So have a look at the board, children. On the board, here I have written two reactions. First one, magnesium oxide plus water, we get magnesium hydroxide. Second one, calcium oxide plus water, we get calcium hydroxide. In acids, if you remember, I taught you about carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide reacting with water and we get acids. There, they were non-metallic oxides. But here, just have a look, magnesium and calcium. The oxides of magnesium and calcium react with water to get the corresponding hydroxides. Magnesium and calcium, they are metals. You know that magnesium and calcium are metals. Here I have written the oxides of metals. So the oxides of metals, when they react with water, we get the corresponding hydroxides. Now these hydroxides are called as bases. Okay? So when metallic oxides react with water, we get the corresponding hydroxides or they are called as bases. Clear? To do an experiment, a sort of experiment where magnesium oxide, to that magnesium oxide powder water is added and we have to dip the red litmus paper. What is the change observed in the red litmus? Yes, it will turn to blue. Red litmus changes to blue in color. Same thing happens here. When we dip red litmus paper in calcium hydroxide solution, we get the changed paper, that is the color changes from red to blue. So in the case of hydroxide solutions, red litmus paper turns blue in color. From that we can understand that the solution is basic in nature. If the solution is acidic, blue litmus turns red. If the solution is basic, red litmus turns blue. This you know right from the UP classes, okay? Now, the definition given here is, I'll read out the definition for you. Metallic oxides generally exhibit characteristics of bases. Metallic oxides, when they dissolve in water, we get bases. The bases that dissolve in water are called alkalis. Now, children, you should understand the difference between a base and an alkali. Metallic oxides വെള്ളത്തിൽ ഇട്ടാൽ നമുക്ക് hydroxides കിട്ടും, അത് bases ആണ്. മെറ്റാലിക് ഓക്സൈഡ്സ് വെള്ളത്തിലിടുമ്പോൾ ബേസസ് കിട്ടും. ഈ ബേസസ്, വൈ വി കോൾ ദീസ് ആസ് ബേസസ്, സം ആസ് ബേസസ് ആൻഡ് സം ആസ് ആൽക്കലീസ്, ദർ ഇസ് എ ഡിഫറൻസ്. The bases that dissolve in water, they are called as alkalis. വെള്ളത്തിൽ ഡിസോൾവ് ആവണ ബേസസിനെയാണ് ആൽക്കലീസ് എന്ന് പറയുക. All the bases do not dissolve in water. Only some bases dissolve in water. They are basic in nature. വെള്ളത്തിൽ ഡിസോൾവ് ആവണ ബേസസിന് എന്താ പറയുക? ആൽക്കലീസ്. ആൽക്കലീസ് ആയാലും ബേസസ് ആയാലും റെഡ് ലിറ്റ്മസ് ബ്ലൂ ആവും. There is no change. Bases that dissolve in water are called as alkalis. Now these two solutions, they are alkalis because these two dissolve in water. ഇതിനെ ബേസ് എന്ന് പറയേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. ഇത് രണ്ടും ആൽക്കലീസ് ആണ് ബിക്കോസ് രണ്ടും വെള്ളത്തിൽ ഡിസോൾവ് ആവും. ക്ലിയർ? Now there are some bases that do not dissolve in water. They are called as bases. Okay. Now I'll read out some examples and you have to tell me out of this which one is basic oxide. First one, potassium oxide, K2O. Potassium is a metal, so the metallic oxide will always be basic. Second one, sulfur dioxide, SO2. Sulfur is a non-metal, so adinde oxide is acidic in nature. Third one, P2O5, that is phosphorus pentoxide. Adum acidic aanu because phosphorus is a non-metal. Appo adinde oxide will be acidic in nature. Next, magnesium oxide, it is basic. Calcium oxide, it is also basic. Last one, nitrogen dioxide, it is acidic in nature because nitrogen is a non-metal. Clear? Okay. Now I move on to a table. Two columns are given. In the first column, chemical name of alkalis, and in the second column, chemical formula is given. Okay. The first one is done for you. Sodium hydroxide, the chemical formula is NaOH. Then second one, calcium hydroxide, the formula is CaOH twice. Third one, ammonium hydroxide is also done, NH4OH. Fourth one, potassium hydroxide, the formula is KOH. So now I'll write on the board the four hydroxides. This is sodium hydroxide. Second one, the formula is calcium hydroxide. Third one, second one, CaOH twice. This is the formula for calcium hydroxide. Third one is given ammonium hydroxide. Fourth one, potassium hydroxide. The formula is KOH. So this you have to fill with the help of a pencil in the textbook. Okay. Now, when you notice these chemical formulas, can you see anything in common? In the case of acids, I told you the H plus ion concentration increases, isn't it? Now, in the case of bases, what is common in all the four formulas? Just have a look. Yes, the hydroxide ion is common, OH minus ion. This is the hydroxide ion. OH minus ion, this is common in all the bases. So then what are alkalis? Alkalis are substances which can increase the concentration of hydroxide ions in an aqueous solution. Alkalis, when they dissolve in water, the concentration of hydroxide ions increases. OH minus ions in the concentration koodi varum. In the case of alkalis. Acid aagumbo H plus ion concentration increases. Alkalis aagumbo OH minus. This is very, very important. You have to remember this fact. Okay. Now there is one paragraph given. Bases and alkalis. I'll read out the paragraph for you. All bases are not alkalis. Water soluble bases are called alkalis. So the meaning, എല്ലാ ബേസസും ആൽക്കലീസ് അല്ല, വെള്ളത്തിൽ അലിയണ ബേസസ് മാത്രം ആൽക്കലീസ് എന്നാണ് അവരെ വിളിക്കുക. ക്ലിയർ? ദെൻ sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide are alkalis. Why? Because they dissolve in water. They are water soluble. But even though aluminum hydroxide and copper hydroxide are bases, They are not considered as alkalis as they are not soluble in water. Aluminum hydroxide and copper hydroxide formula OH is given, but they are not alkalis because they are bases but they do not dissolve in water. So we can't call them as alkalis. So OH ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എല്ലാം alkalis ആണെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കരുത്. ഏത് ബേസസ് ആണോ വെള്ളത്തിൽ ഡിസോൾവ് ആവുക അവരെ മാത്രമേ ആൽക്കലീസ് എന്ന് വിളിക്കാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. വെള്ളത്തിൽ ഡിസോൾവ് ആവാത്ത ബേസസും ഉണ്ട്, അവരെ ആൽക്കലീസ് എന്ന് പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ല. ദോ there will be OH factor common in all the bases. So you should understand the difference between base and alkali. Okay. Now metallic oxides are generally basic in nature. I told you metallic oxides, they are basic in nature. But a few of them have both acidic as well as basic character. Such oxides are called amphoteric oxides. Chila oxides, they exhibit both acidic and basic character. അവരെ എന്താ പറയുക? amphoteric oxides. Example, aluminum oxide, zinc oxide. Sometimes they behave as acids, sometimes if put in water they behave as base. ഇപ്പോൾ രണ്ട് ക്യാരക്ടറും കാണിക്കണ കാരണം ഇവരെ ആംഫോറ്ററിക് ഓക്സൈഡ് എന്നാണ് പറയുക. ബട്ട് മാഗ്നീഷ്യം ഓക്സൈഡ് ആൻഡ് കാൽഷ്യം ഓക്സൈഡ് ദേ ആർ ഓൾവേസ് ബേസിക് ഇൻ നേച്ചർ. സോ ഇസ് ഇറ്റ് ക്ലിയർ? ജസ്റ്റ് റിമെമ്പർ ഓൾ ദിസ്. They show both acidic and basic characters. Such oxides are called amphoteric oxides and the examples are aluminum oxide and zinc oxide. Clear? Okay. Now there is a table after this. Common name is given, chemical name is given and the chemical formula. First one, caustic soda. Adinte chemical name aanu sodium hydroxide. Formula is NaOH. അപ്പോൾ സോഡിയം ഹൈഡ്രോക്സൈഡിൻ്റെ കോമൺ നെയിം എന്താണ്? കോസ്റ്റിക് സോഡ. കോസ്റ്റിക് സോഡ എന്ന് കേട്ടാൽ യു ഷുഡ് നോ ദാറ്റ് ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് സോഡിയം ഹൈഡ്രോക്സൈഡ്. നെക്സ്റ്റ്, മിൽക്ക് ഓഫ് ലൈം. Chemical name is calcium hydroxide. Formula is CaOH twice. Third, caustic potash, that is potassium hydroxide. The formula is KOH. The common name for potassium hydroxide is caustic potash. Clear? Okay. Now the next is Arrhenius theory. Arrhenius theory. It is a theory regarding acids and bases. The Swedish scientist Arrhenius put forward this theory. What did he propose? He proposed that any acid or base, when dissolved in water, dissociates into ions. According to his theory, acids are substances which liberate H+ ions in an aqueous solution and bases are substances which liberate OH- ions in aqueous solutions. അപ്പോൾ dissociation of ions ഇതാരാണ് പ്രപ്പോസ് ചെയ്തത്? Arrhenius. Arrhenius theory. What does this theory indicate? It means that when acids mix with water, it dissociates to form hydrogen ions. When alkalis are added to water, in an aqueous solution means water ulla solution, they dissociate into OH- ions. Is it clear? Last class I taught you about acids. They split into H+ ions. Here alkalis or bases, when added to water, they split, or the common ion present in all the alkalis or bases is OH-. So acids, the concentration of H+ increases. In the cases of bases, the concentration of OH- ion increases. This is hydroxide ion. Clear? Okay. Now in the book many examples are given. Have a look and you just try to complete it. In the next class I will discuss it. Okay. This everything can't be spoon fed. Some activities you have to do on your own. So just try. I'll discuss it in the next class. Okay. Now after this it is about neutralization. But before that I will first teach you about the pH paper, pH value, pH meter, pH of soil and all that. You have studied about pH in 8th standard. What is the full form of pH? pH is the power of hydrogen ion concentration. pH paper, it is an acid base indicator. If we use a pH paper, if we dip it in a solution, if we dip the pH paper in a solution, from the color of the pH paper we will be able to judge whether that solution is acidic or basic. Okay. Now before I go to the pH values and pH section, there is a topic called as antacid. You all might have heard about antacids, isn't it? Antacid varnanda, they are medicines that reduce the acidity in our stomach. Okay, നമ്മുടെ stomachൽ ഒരു acid produce ആവുന്നുണ്ട്. Which is that acid? Hydrochloric acid. Now, when the hydrochloric acid content or the concentration in the stomach increases, what happens? We feel the vomiting sensation. So, body, if the acidity increases in our stomach, we start feeling uneasiness varum, tiredness varum, vomiting sensation okke undavum. So, in that case, when the acidity increases, to neutralize that acidity, antacids are prescribed or we consume antacids. അപ്പോൾ acidity കുറയ്ക്കാൻ എന്താ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്? ആൻറ്റാസിഡ്സ് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ബേസ് കഴിക്കണം. ബേസ് കഴിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഈ ആസിഡിറ്റി കുറഞ്ഞു വരും. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ആസിഡിറ്റിയുടെ ഇഫക്റ്റ് എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് കുറഞ്ഞത്? ആൻറ്റാസിഡ്സ് ബേസ് ഉള്ളത് കഴിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ ഇഫക്റ്റിനെ നളിഫൈ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. നളിഫൈ മീൻസ് കുറയ്ക്കാൻ പറ്റും, സീറോ ആക്കാൻ പറ്റും. നളിഫൈ. ഓക്കെ. Now for example, if there is a very good child in the class, he or she starts to enjoy the company of some students who are not at all regular or not at all punctual, lazy. What happens? This particular child, being under the company of other children, also gets or also starts becoming lazy and tired. That is, the positive character in that child starts getting nullified because of the presence of negativity around that child. This is just an example to understand the meaning of the word nullify. All the children are positive and sweet, no doubt. So always be in good company, children. If you like to have the company or if you like to be good, always be in good company. Now as I said, if you enter the perfume shop, when we come out, the fragrance of that perfume lingers over us also. നല്ല കമ്പനി ആണെങ്കിൽ നമുക്കും നല്ലതാവാൻ തോന്നും. We will also be good. പെർഫ്യൂമിൻ്റെ നല്ല മണം കടയിൽ കയറിയാൽ മതി, നമുക്കും അത് ഓട്ടോമാറ്റിക്കലി കിട്ടണ പോലെ നല്ല കമ്പനിയിലാണെങ്കിൽ, company means not factory, I mean good friends around us, we also start becoming good. So ആ കുട്ടിയുടെ പോസിറ്റിവിറ്റി നെഗറ്റീവ് ചിൽഡ്രൻ ആയ കാരണം നള്ളിഫൈ ആയി. അതേപോലെ if there is a child who is lazy, but if that child is under the influence of positive children, that child also becomes positive because the negative effect gets nullified. Is it clear? So ഇവിടെ acidity effect nullify ചെയ്യാൻ base കഴിച്ചേ പറ്റും. So doctors prescribe some antacids so that the acidity level in our stomach gets reduced. Is it clear? അപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ എന്താണ് സംഭവിച്ചത്? Acidity is getting neutralized by base. Neutral ആക്കാൻ acidityയുടെ ഇഫക്റ്റ് ബേസ് എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? നള്ളിഫൈ ചെയ്തു. So I'll read out this paragraph for you. Antacids. Hydrochloric acid produced in the stomach helps the digestion process. That you know. For digestion, hydrochloric acid is a must. It is automatically produced in our stomach. But an increase in the acid level results in acidity, which may lead to peptic ulcer and cancer. Antacids are medicines used to reduce acidity in the stomach. Chemicals like calcium carbonate, aluminum hydroxide, sodium bicarbonate and magnesium hydroxide are the main components of antacids. Okay? Now, before I go to the next paragraph, I might have told you this before. Now, suppose this is the stomach, okay? Here you have the food. The food enters the stomach through the esophagus. This is the food. hydrochloric acid is secreted inside the stomach. Now if there is food, what happens? Hydrochloric acid reacts with the food and it gets digested. But if there is no food inside the stomach, the acidic content in the stomach increases, isn't it? And that leads to acidity. When our stomach starts showing signs of acidity, we meet a doctor, we consult a doctor, doctor prescribes antacids so that the acidity level or the acidity in our stomach is nullified. Is it clear? Okay. Similarly, in the case of soils also, some soils, they are really acidic, and some crops, they only need acidic soil to grow. Some needs soils which are more alkaline. So how do we know that which soil is good for which crop? Now for a particular crop, if it needs acidic soil, and if the soil that we have in our area is not acidic, can we just sit simply? No. Some action has to be taken. The acidity present in in the area that we have, the acidity in that soil also has to be nullified, isn't it? How? So in that area we sprinkle substances that are basic in nature. And if the soil is basic, and if we have to grow a crop that does not require basic soil, that can grow only in acidic soil, we have to sprinkle substances that are acidic or the basic. So how do we know that the soil is acidic or basic? We have to test, and that can be done by knowing the pH of the soil. By knowing the pH of a substance, of a solution or of soil, we can understand whether the soil or the solution is acidic or basic. Now, to know the pH, there are different techniques. First is pH meter. Second is pH paper. Okay. There are different techniques to know the pH of a solution. In the case of pH meter, the pH meter, it has a sensor that has to be dipped in the solution, just like a glass rod. Automatically the reading comes and we come to know whether it is acidic or basic. Now, how do we know that the soil is or the solution is acidic or basic? By knowing the pH. For that, there is a pH scale. Now, this is very, very important. Without understanding this, you cannot move further. Now, what is the pH scale and who discovered that pH scale? Now, what is this pH scale? Determination of pH value is a scientific method for finding the acid or alkaline nature of substances. The Danish scientist Sorensen devised the pH scale for this. The pH scale was devised based on the H+ ion concentration in the solution. Observe the diagrammatic representation of the pH scale given below. So, a Danish scientist devised this pH scale on the basis of the H+ ion concentration. Now listen carefully, children. Okay, now this is the pH scale. It ranges from 0 to 14, and in between we have 7. If we happen to know the pH of a solution, now suppose the pH of a solution is 7, then we know that solution is neutral in nature. If we know the pH of a solution, we can easily identify whether it is acidic or basic. How? If the pH of the solution is 7, that particular solution is neutral. And if the pH is below 7, that is, if it is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then the solution is acidic in nature. pH 7 ആണെങ്കിൽ ആ solution neutral ആണ്. Below 7 ആണെങ്കിൽ acidic ആണ്. And if it is above 7, for example 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13, the solutions are basic in nature. So this is a pH scale. It ranges from 0 to 14. If the pH is 7, the solution is neutral. Below 7 ആണെങ്കിൽ pH of the solution, if it is below 7, that solutions are acidic in nature. If it is above 7, 7 and 14 നടുവിലാണെങ്കിൽ that solutions are basic in nature. This is very, very important. Okay. Now if I tell you the solution, if I give you a solution and if I tell you that the pH is 6 below 7, that means the solution is acidic. If I ask you to find out whether the solution is basic or acidic, if I tell you the pH is 11, that means the solution is basic in nature. So this is the pH scale from 0 to 14. Below 7 means acidic, above 7 means basic, 7 means neutral. Okay, the water that we drink, is it acidic? കുടിക്കണ വെള്ളം acidic ആണോ basic ആണോ അല്ല അത് neutral ആണ് water acidic character കാണിക്കില്ല basic character കാണിക്കില്ല so the pH of water, what is the pH of water? 7 because it is neutral in nature. Clear? Okay. Now the pH values of different solutions can be found out and compared. A pH paper, pH solution or a pH meter can be used for this purpose. pH solutionൽ കൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് pH കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ പറ്റും, pH paper കൊണ്ട് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ പറ്റും, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു pH meter. Okay, now the pH paper, I told you it is very, very important by the colors also. When we dip the pH paper in a solution, it changes its color. From the color, on the basis of color, we can identify whether that solution is acidic or basic. But for that, you should know the pH scale. Okay. Now have a look at the pH values and colors. Now children, if I give you a solution and if I tell you, or if you can see that the pH paper turns yellow in color, then what will be the pH? Yellow means pH is 5. So the solution is acidic because below 7 means it is acidic. Now if the color changes to orange, color of the pH paper changes to orange, pH will be 3, that is the solution is acidic. Now if the pH paper changes to blue in color, the pH will be 10 and the solution will be basic. So yellow pinne yellow na orange pinne last red avumbo it will be acidic. Green aanu pH 7 aanengil the neutral pH paper na color will be nearly green. From that it will turn to blue, dark blue, then violet if it is basic. So ivide yellow pinne orange pinne ivide ettumbo red avum pH paper na color, so it is acidic. Green aanu neutral pH paper, if it becomes green it is neutral. From here it becomes blue, dark blue, and then violet. Violet aanengil strong basic. Okay, it will be strongly basic. Red aanengil strongly acidic. So this is neutral. From here it starts becoming acidic, right? Ivada weak acid korchum kuda strong avum, here it becomes very strong. So the pH of strong acids will be 0, 1, 2 and all that. Okay, and the pH of strong bases will be 13, 14 and all that. So here neutral, here weak acids, here weak bases. From here the strength goes on increasing. Strong aikondu varum like this. The strength goes on increasing in this direction. Here base the strength goes on increasing in that direction. Parna ivada weak aayirikkum, ivada ethumbo strong. The strength goes on increasing. Okay, H plus ion concentration goes on increasing here. Kududal acid avumbo H plus koodukalle. Yes, H plus ion increases when it becomes strongly acidic. So pH scale is on the basis of the H plus ion concentration. 7 means neutral, below 7 means acidic, above 7 means basic. 7 in the aduthulla weak acid aana towards this direction. As it goes on like this, here it becomes strong. The strength goes on increasing in this direction. Strong acids, and here towards that side it becomes strongly basic. Ivada weak base aanengil avade ethumbo strong base aana. Is it clear? Okay. So from the basis of the color of the pH paper, you should be able to tell is it strong acid or a weak acid. Okay, if it is a weak acid, the pH paper will turn yellow. If it is strong acid, it will turn red. If the pH paper is light blue, it is weak base. Dark blue means strongly basic. Okay. Now they have given a table that you have to do on your own. Just try to find out. Vinegar. Vinegar contains acetic acid, so it is an acid. It is understood. So lime water, it is a base. Dilute hydrochloric acid, again an acid. Water is neutral, so the pH is given 7 and there is no color change. Washing soda is a base. Ammonia solution also a base. Potassium nitrate, and next sodium chloride. So for this potassium nitrate and sodium chloride, these are neutral salts. They are neither acidic nor basic, they are neutral salts. So to understand this, I have to go to the next topic, that is neutralization. What is meant by neutralization? That I will teach you in the next class. But before I go to this neutralization, there is one paragraph about agricultural crops and pH value. There it is mentioned that nature of soil is not same everywhere and different crops need different types of soil. It need not be acidic for all the crops. It need not be basic for all the crops. So please have a look at this paragraph. I'll read it out for you. The nature of soil is not the same everywhere on the earth's surface. There exists a relation between the nature of soil and crops. This is a reason for the diversity of crops in different parts of the world. The weather at a particular place, the availability of water, and the nature of the soil are the factors which influence the growth of crops. Usually, soil having the pH in the range 6.5 to 7.2 is suitable for majority of crops. A pH of 7 to 8 is suitable for crops like carrot, cabbage, etc. Soil pH value about 5 is suitable for crops like potato. So different crops need different types of soil. Basically all crops, they need water, perfect soil, and weather also must be perfect. Usually they have said pH between 6.5 to 7.2 is suitable for most of the crops. 7 to 8 angle, it is suitable for carrot and cabbage. Between 7 to 8 means slightly basic, isn't it? And about 5 means nearly it's a weak acid. 5 varna 7 താഴെ അപ്പോൾ കുറച്ച് acidic soil ആണ് ആവശ്യം potato. Is it clear from this paragraph? Potatoന് acidic soil ആണ് ആവശ്യം. Crops like carrot and cabbage, they need soil between 7 to 8, that is basic. Okay, so from this you understood that different crops, they need different types of soil. For that we should know the pH of the soil. Some crops need acidic soil, some crops need basic. If the soil is acidic, sprinkle it with substances that neutralizes the acidity, or we have to sprinkle it with substances that nullifies the acidic effect, or spray or sprinkle more solutions or substances that are basic in nature. Is it clear? Okay. There one paragraph is again given. Just like antacids are taken to nullify the acidity, there are instances of increased acidity in the soil also. Okay. Now in some cases acidic soil ullavade slaked lime ingane sprinkle cheyum. Slaked lime is calcium hydroxide solution. Adu spray cheyumbo acidity koriyum because base alle idunadu. Okay. So acidity കൂടിയാൽ base ഇടുക. Base കൂടിയാൽ acidity ഇട്ടാലേ ആ ബേസിൻ്റെ ഇഫക്റ്റ് കുറയുള്ളൂ. Is it clear? Okay. Now, is it the acidic nature or the basic nature that increases with an increase in the pH value? pH value കൂടുമ്പോൾ see the pH value when it increases, this is the pH value. pH value കൂടുമ്പോൾ basic nature ആണ് increase ആവുക. Does the amount of H plus ion increase or decrease with an increase in the pH value? This is very important. pH value കൂടുമ്പോൾ basic nature. ബേസിക് നേച്ചർ പറഞ്ഞാൽ OH ആണ് കൂടുന്നത്, എച്ച് കുറയുകയാണ്. സോ പി എച്ച് വാല്യൂ കൂടുമ്പോൾ ബേസിക് നേച്ചർ കൂടും, OH മൈനസ് അയോൺ കോൺസെൻട്രേഷൻ കൂടും, എച്ച് കുറയുകയാണ്. നേരെ മറിച്ച് വെൻ ദ പി എച്ച് വാല്യൂ ഡിക്രീസസ് it becomes acidic, H plus ion increases. H plus ion concentration increases when it is below 7, when the pH is below 7. So കൂടുമ്പോൾ എന്താണാവുക, H plus കുറയുകയാണ്. OH മൈനസ് അല്ലേ കൂടുന്നത്, ബേസിക് നേച്ചർ കൂടുമ്പോൾ OH മൈനസ് കൂടും, H plus കുറയും. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് അത് സ്ട്രോങ്ലി ബേസിക് ആയിക്കൊണ്ട് പോവുക. ഫ്രം ഹിയർ ടു there it becomes gradually becomes stronger, basic in nature. Okay, the pH of soil is an important factor for crops. It is important to identify whether the soil of a region is suitable for a particular crop. Acidic soil is suitable for some crops, while basic soil for a few others. So, is it now clear that it is better to determine the pH of soil before farming? I hope now you have understood that we have to know the pH of the soil before farming. ഫാമിങ് ഇഷ്ടമാണ്, പക്ഷേ സോയിൽ ശരിയല്ലെങ്കിൽ ക്രോപ്സ് വളരുമോ? ഇല്ല. ചില ക്രോപ്സിന് ആസിഡിക് സോയിലാണ് ആവശ്യം. അപ്പോൾ ബേസിക് ആണെങ്കിൽ എന്താ ചെയ്യുക, ആസിഡിക് സബ്സ്റ്റൻസ് സ്പ്രേ ചെയ്യണം, സ്പ്രിങ്കിൾ ചെയ്യണം. ഫോർ ദാറ്റ് നോ ദ പി എച്ച്. ദിസ് ഇസ് എ പി എച്ച് സ്കെയിൽ. പി എച്ച് പേപ്പർ ഇട്ടിട്ട് സൊല്യൂഷനിലിടുമ്പോൾ പി എച്ച് പേപ്പറിൻ്റെ കളർ മാറണതിൻ്റെ അനുസരിച്ചിട്ട് നമുക്ക് പറയാൻ പറ്റും ആസിഡിക് ആണോ ബേസിക് ആണോ എന്ന്. പി എച്ച് മീറ്ററും ഉണ്ട്. പി എച്ച് മീറ്ററിൽ ഒരു റോഡും, if we immerse the rod in the solution, we will get the reading. Reading above 7 ആണെങ്കിൽ basic, below 7 ആണെങ്കിൽ acidic. So I don't wish to confuse you anymore. Next topic is very, very important, neutralization. Last year you have studied what is neutralization. Acid plus alkali gives salt plus water. സോൾട്ട് ഉണ്ടാവുമ്പോൾ അതിൽ ആസിഡിക് പ്രോപ്പർട്ടി ഉണ്ടാവില്ല, ആൽക്കലൈൻ പ്രോപ്പർട്ടി ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് എ ന്യൂട്രൽ സോൾട്ട്. സോ ദാറ്റ് പ്രോസസ് ഇസ് കോൾഡ് ആസ് ന്യൂട്രലൈസേഷൻ. ഐ ടീച്ച് യു about it in the next class. Till then, it is bye bye from me. Thank you.